Well guys, back again with another Monday Night Raw review. I stayed up for the whole show. It was okay. It wasn't it wasn't great or particularly good, but it wasn't as bad as last week. It was okay. It was average. Obviously, I'll get to the bit at the end, which was the best part of the show for many reasons. So. But to begin with the show, we had one of the best moments of the show. We had the triple threat contract signing. So Stephanie was in the ring to begin the show, and just she was talking a bit, and then got cut off by Dean Ambrose, who came out first and just wanted a piece of Brock after what Brock Lesnar did to him last Monday. So Stephanie says, I'll tell people when to come out. You don't make demands, whatever. So then she gets interrupted by Roman Reigns. Reigns comes out and just says he wants a piece of Lesnar as well, and that they should just get on with it. So then Stephanie does introduce Brock Lesnar. Lesnar comes out. They all sign. There wasn't any talking, going back and forth like that. It was just a quick contract signing, and then basically Stephanie walked out the ring. And obviously Reigns and Ambrose were standing behind the table, and Lesnar on the other side of it. Ambrose comes round the table and just literally chest bumps straight into Lesnar, who just punched him straight away, throws him over the table into Reigns, picks up the table, and you could hear the bang, and then when he just launched the table straight into Roman Reigns. He just picked up the table, just launched it straight at Roman Reigns, who then fell out the ring, and picked up Ambrose and hit him with a huge F5. So Lesnar just dominating the opening scene right there. Huge F5 to Ambrose. It was really good, and there wasn't too much talking and dragging it out. It was a good contract signing, I think, in my opinion, because it was just quite quick, and it was a good opening scene, to be fair. Then we have a match that I will not talk about Kevin Owens' matches with Dolph Ziggler anymore until Kevin Owens wins and he's not in a rivalry with Dolph Ziggler. The fact that Dolph Ziggler won again is. I just can't believe how they've had Kevin Owens go so high. Basically, he's been pushed so well. It's not like he's been pushed and hasn't had the reaction from the crowd. It's the total opposite. He's been pushed. He's been loved by the crowd. He's obviously didn't win the Intercontinental title back, but his match with Ambrose at the Rumble was amazing. And to just have him lose to Ziggler, Kalisto, and then Ziggler again in the space of 1 week is just baffling me. Especially since and Ziggler got the win with like a heel move, basically putting both his feet on the rope to get the pin. I can kind of see what they're doing, but I just really don't like it. I think Owens has been in a rivalry with Ziggler before the Ambrose thing. I just don't know why they're reverting back to old things. This is WrestleMania time, and you need to be building either new stars, new feuds. You just need to be building fresh things. That's what's going to get a crowd going for WrestleMania, and that's what gets a crowd going in general. Just you can have long feuds. That's not the boring part. It's the freshness of it and the repeating of it. That's the problem. So yeah, Owens got beat again by Ziggler, which I'm not going to say anything else on that. Then we had Charlotte versus Alicia Fox. Pretty decent match, actually, to be fair. It's pretty funny, Alicia Fox's hatred for Ric Flair when she's in a match. It's pretty funny. But yeah, Charlotte got the win, as I thought she would. Didn't get too much help from Ric Flair, which was okay. But he's still coming out ringside. I hope after Fastlane that's where it ends, because a rivalry between Charlotte, Becky Lynch, and Sasha Banks, which I think will happen at WrestleMania, a triple threat for the belt. I think that will be so. They could build that up so well. That could be one of the. Honestly, that could be one of the greatest things going into WrestleMania, that Divas feud and that Divas title match, because all three of them from NXT have been amazing in WWE so far. They've all risen to the top of that division, and their in-ring ability, all three of them, is amazing. It doesn't need a Ric Flair getting involved. It sells itself. It's, you know, so hopefully, you know, Ric Flair stops getting involved for that, because it doesn't need it, and it'll be great without it. So yeah, that was the third bit of the show. Then we had the Miz TV, which, geez, it dragged on for so long, but it was good, because about halfway through of Miz TV, he was basically going on about how AJ Styles disrespected him last week by, you know, not allowing him to, you know, like interview him or whatever. But obviously, as everyone knows, every time the Miz asked a question and Styles went to speak, he took the mic straight back to himself. So just saying how, you know, he was pissed off about what AJ Styles did. So then Chris Jericho cut off the Miz and literally cut off his show. Jericho came out, said, you know, grow up, get over yourself, and basically turned Miz TV into the highlight reel. You had the TV coming down, he had like the stool and the plants, and he had officials come in and roll like an amazing blue carpet out into the ring, and basically turn Miz TV into the highlight reel. And basically Chris Jericho and the Miz, you know, just went at it a bit, and ended up talking about AJ Styles towards the end. And Jericho said again what he said on SmackDown, you know, we know you're good, but are you great, to AJ Styles. So Styles came out, both guys just took out the Miz together, and then there was a stare down between the two, which this match for SmackDown, I'm looking forward to it so much. It's going to be the best part of the show. Even though Brock Lesnar's announced for SmackDown, which is going to be huge. Styles versus Jericho. They had a stare down. The Miz got back in. They took out the Miz again, and then Jericho kind of like shoulder barged Styles, and that ended up with both guys going at it, you know, throwing punches left, right, and center, and Styles knocking Jericho out the ring. So AJ Styles got the upper hand on that one. So going into their match on SmackDown, it's going to be amazing to see what happens. I've got a sneaky feeling Jericho might win this one. I don't know why. I just got a suspicion that Jericho might get the win on SmackDown. But it was a great scene. Even though it was long, really long. As long as it wasn't just The Miz by himself, basically. That would have been pretty boring. But yeah, it was a good moment. Then we had Ryback versus Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt got the win, which is the best part of that match. I'm not going to say much else on that. It was, I mean, Ryback showed a few different moves. He showed a few different moves, and it wasn't that bad. But yeah, I've got in my mind. I've set myself on Ryback, and I just can't get on board with it. It's just not exciting, and I would have been majorly pissed if he beat Bray Wyatt. That would not have gone down well with me. Then we had Titus O'Neil versus Adam Rose. Yeah, again, don't really know. Surprised that Adam Rose got the win. Actually, I thought Titus O'Neil was going to win that, because they've been having him win a lot of matches recently on Raw. They're giving him like a mini push or whatever, and to see Adam Rose win I was fairly surprised. I actually think Adam Rose is fairly decent in the ring. I've seen him twice now in the last week. He's really not that bad. So it wasn't that bad a match. I mean, it was probably better than Bray Wyatt Ryback. So it wasn't too bad. But yeah, not much I can say on that. But then we had another great scene where Dean Ambrose basically called out Brock Lesnar. Ambrose throughout the show was backstage with Roman Reigns, just fuming, walking up and down the corridors or whatever, and basically came out and called out Lesnar again midway through the show. And Lesnar came out after Ambrose had said, you know, basically is Paul Heyman. I knew he was like your boss, but like, does he hold your balls as well? And really trying to entice Lesnar in, and he managed it. Lesnar came out laughing, which was brilliant. And so as he walked down the ramp, Ambrose just came flying out the ring. Big mistake. Lesnar just dealt with him right there and then, smashed him into the ring. Big punches, big knees to the chest. Got him in the ring, and a big F5 again. Second F5 of the night to Ambrose, third in the last week. And then, as he's walking back up the ramp, Ambrose kind of like gets up a bit, and he basically goes like this to Lesnar, like, come on, show me more, show me what you've got. Which, yeah, not good. So Lesnar went in the ring, and as he's about to probably hit Ambrose with another F5, Reigns comes out. Roman Reigns comes out. Not through the crowd, came out through, basically the backstage area. Starts walking down the ramp while Lesnar's in the ring, and Ambrose from behind, low blow to Lesnar, and Lesnar was down. So Ambrose getting the upper hand that he was talking about all night. Low blow to Lesnar, and Ambrose gets the moment he wanted. Lesnar was down in the ring. Ambrose went to the ramp, fell to the ramp, and Reigns was just standing next to him. So, thing is, they've got Ambrose doing the things that WWE should have Reigns in. It should be Roman Reigns in that position, because they're making Ambrose come off real strong right now. Being a real tough guy, and the problem is the big problem with not getting Roman Reigns over is not making him look like a real tough guy. And so basically, they're doing the right storyline. It's just they've got the wrong guy in it. So, yeah, they've just got the wrong guy playing the right storyline, which you trust WWE to do that. When they do put the right storyline, they have the wrong guy doing it. So, yeah. I mean, it's going to be the same story at Fastlane, guys. Reigns is going to get booed majorly. No one's going to want him to win. It's just still poor booking. They've just got Ambrose doing the thing Reigns should be doing, really. Because Reigns would be coming off great to the fans if he was going for Brock Lesnar, not standing there, just giving Ambrose the spotlight and going and having his moment. So, see what happens with that. Then we had the Lucha Dragons versus, because Sin Cara was back. That was a great moment. The Lucha Dragons with Sin Cara back versus Rusev and Del Rio. The match was okay, nothing great, and Del Rio ended up hitting that like double stomp from the top rope to Kalisto and getting the pin. So getting the pin on the US champion. Obviously they've got a US title match at Fastlane, so we'll see how that goes. Then we had Becky Lynch versus Tamina with Sasha Banks at ringside. Towards the end of the match, Sasha basically went to the side of the ring because Tamina was like, shouting at her, and Naomi came round and absolutely smacked Sasha Banks' glasses off straight to the floor, beat up Sasha Banks a bit, but then Becky came out, beat up Naomi, and then she got back in the ring, and Tamina hit a big kick to get the pin on Becky Lynch, which I wasn't expecting. So they've got a tag team match at Fastlane, by the way. Becky and Sasha versus Tamina and Naomi. So we'll see how that goes. Then we had the New Day and Mark Henry versus the Usos and the Dudley Boys in an 8-man tables match. So the first person to go through the table, basically, that was the match. And the Dudley Boys in the end ended putting Big E through the table, and as they're celebrating with the Usos, the Dudleys turn on the Usos, and put both Jay and Jimmy through a table as well. So, yeah, the Dudley Boys basically saying they're back in this division, they're back for the titles, and they're not friends with anyone. So, see how the tag team. Until they bring up some fresh talent, the tag team division will always be where it is. It's New Day and no one else at this point. So, yeah. But now it's the time I really want to get to. Daniel Bryan. Obviously, as everyone knew, Daniel Bryan was here to announce his retirement. And I mean, I'm not like, I wasn't watching. I was watching WWE before and after Daniel Bryan's rise and stardom, to fame and to being obviously the biggest superstar in WWE with the fans. So I didn't get to experience all that and really, get a hold on Daniel Bryan and become, a massive fan of his. But whether you're a big Daniel Bryan fan or not, it was really tough to watch actually. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I did get a bit emotional about it. It was especially the bit about his like his dad watching him wrestle 2 years ago in that arena, and that being the last time ever. So that was pretty tough. I'm just glad it happened in Seattle for him. I mean, he would have got the crowd reaction anywhere, but at home kind of is where it definitely should have happened. And obviously he was just basically saying how the fans have backed him, and he's just grateful to because he never thought he would ever grasp the WWE universe like he did. And he's truly the crowd reaction he would get is it's up there with the Stone Colds and Rock. It's the biggest crowd reaction, and he was getting the biggest pops of the PG era by an absolute mile. The last 15 years really. He was now one of the top three wrestlers in the world. I mean, I've rewatched a lot of his matches back. Obviously he can't wrestle, but I would have just loved one more match, even though he's not medically cleared for it. At this year's WrestleMania, I would have loved AJ Styles versus Daniel Bryan. I think that could have been just an amazing send-off match, but obviously that can't happen. But yeah, he was just basically being grateful to all the fans for all the chances they've given him, and being in wrestling for 16 years. He's had an amazing career, and looking back on some of his highlights, when he beat John Cena at SummerSlam for the WWE World Heavyweight title, and obviously his best moment was WrestleMania 30, where he beat Triple H, and then went on to win later on in the night the WWE World Heavyweight Championship by beating Randy Orton and Batista. That will definitely go down as one of the best WrestleMania moments of all time. Just an amazing in-ring performer, and just a real inspiration actually to anyone. I mean, because he's not your prototypical guy who in the WWE who would go and be the top guy with the fans and all that. He just shows how in a lot of things in life and sport, the underdog or the guy not expected can rise to be the best, the best thing. So yeah, I'm really happy for Daniel Bryan that it definitely seemed like he seemed to leave happy in a way. So yeah, there was a lot of fans crying in the arena when it was happening. He did a really good job of holding a lot of it back, to be fair. And then Brie Bella came out at the end, and then basically just to end the show, just hugged his family, and did the yes movement. So yeah, great send off for Daniel Bryan. Shame on it, never get to see him wrestle again. But 16-year career, and I do think he leaves on a high. So yeah, that's it for my Raw review, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like the video, comment, share it, and subscribe to the channel for more. I'll have my SmackDown review on Friday, probably Friday or Saturday, and I'll have episode 4 of WWE Off the Mic on Friday as well. So hope you guys enjoyed, and see you soon, guys. Bye.